Welcome to Gearhead Gaming News. Overwatch just made one of the boldest identity shifts in modern gaming. Blizzard has officially removed the 2 from Overwatch 2, signaling the end of a messy era and the beginning of a full relaunch. This isn't just a rebrand, it's a philosophical reset. Blizzard says the game is returning to its roots, focusing on clarity, cohesion, and a unified identity instead of the fractured sequel branding that confused players for years. The original promise of Overwatch 2 never fully materialized, especially after the cancellation of the PvE hero mode. Dropping the 2 is Blizzard's way of saying, we're starting fresh, and the community reaction has been surprisingly positive. Players see this as Blizzard finally acknowledging the missteps and committing to a direction that actually makes sense. This is the first time in years the Overwatch brand feels like it has momentum again. The biggest part of this relaunch is Blizzard's new commitment to long-form storytelling. Instead of scattered seasonal events and disconnected cinematics, Overwatch is shifting into a structured narrative era. Blizzard is promising ongoing story arcs, character-driven missions, and more cohesive universe that evolves over time. This is the closest we've come to the original PvE vision. Not the full hero mode they once pitched, but a more sustainable episodic approach that fits the live service model. 10 new heroes are planned for this era, each tied into an overarching narrative instead of being dropped in with minimal context. Blizzard wants players to feel like they're part of a living world again, not just a rotating battle pass treadmill. If they deliver on this, Overwatch could finally reclaim the identity that made it a phenomenon in 2016. Here's where things get interesting. The relaunch is already showing signs of real traction. Overwatch just hit its highest Steam player count since launch. That's not a small bump, that's a genuine resurgence. The Steam charts show a clear spike in returning players, new players, and lapsed players giving the game another shot. This is the first time in years that Overwatch has had a positive momentum curve instead of a decline. And it's not just curiosity. Early sentiment shows players are responding well to the new direction, the communication, and the promise of a more unified experience. Blizzard needed a win, and this relaunch is shaping up to be exactly that. The question now is whether they can sustain it, because Overwatch has had big moments before, only to lose steam when the follow-through wasn't there. To understand why Blizzard dropped the 2, you have to look at the last 3 years. Overwatch 2 launched with confusion, controversy, and a promise that never fully materialized. The PvE hero mode, the entire justification for calling it a sequel, was canceled. The monetization overhaul frustrated longtime fans, and the branding split the community instead of unifying it. Blizzard realized the 2 had become a symbol of everything players felt went wrong. Removing it is a strategic reset, a way to rebuild trust, simplify the message, and move forward without the baggage. Blizzard says the new era is about transparency, consistency, and delivering content that actually aligns with player expectations. It's a rare moment where a studio admits the old plan didn't work and chooses a cleaner path forward. So what does this relaunch actually mean for the future of Overwatch? First, it means Blizzard is committing to long-term narrative development, something fans have wanted for years. Second, it means the game's identity is stabilizing. No more sequel confusion, no more mixed messaging. Third, it means Blizzard is finally listening to the community in a meaningful way. The success of this relaunch will depend on consistency. If Blizzard delivers regular story content, meaningful hero updates, and clear communication, Overwatch could genuinely reclaim its place as a top-tier live service game. But if they fall back into old habits, the momentum will evaporate. For now, though, the energy is real. The player numbers are rising, and the Overwatch brand feels alive again. If you want more updates like this one, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Captain Gearhead out.